Yo,
Yo, it's earthquake report time. It's the earthquake report for September 14th, 2018. Let's look at the earthquakes. So, we have a recent 5.5 magnitude earthquake here in Nago, Japan, and a number of earthquakes around that same location, a 4.9, a 4.8, and a 5.6. And some other activity in Japan, a 4.4 and a 4.6, as well as a 4.3. So Japan seeing some activity. Let's look at some other significant activity, and that's here in South America, seeing some along here in Chile, a 4.8, 4.4 in Argentina, another 4.4 in Argentina, 4.6 in Chile, and a 5.4 in Peru, as well as a 4.1 in Peru. There was a 5.1 here in New Caledonia, and a 5.1 southeast of Mohian, India. But the largest of the day is this 5.8 west of Abepura, Indonesia. And we can look at that a little more. See, it was 38.5 kilometers deep. Alright. Some other activity, 4.1 in China, 4.2 in Kyrgyzstan, 4.7 in Tajikistan. You can see some swarming here in Alaska, a number of earthquakes, northern Alaska, a little bit in southern Alaska. Earthquake off the coast of Gold Beach, Oregon, 3.1 magnitude. And here in Texas, there was a 2.5 south of Pecos. I'm assuming Pecos. And you can see that's in West Texas. The island's seeing some activity. 4.4 west of Mexico. And I wanted to point out there's some activity here. You see a 2.9 Volcano, Hawaii. And when you look at this, there's like a swarm around this location. There were 16 of the earthquakes today were in Hawaii, smaller magnitude. But I actually don't know if that's all of them. I guess that's all of them. But there was another one, I believe I saw a 3.1. It must have been lowered or changed, adjusted. But I believe that it's still showing some signs of activity in more obvious ways. Okay, let's look at felt reports. So you can see some of the highlighted ones here. Japan, no felt reports, but I do want to point out, you can see a number of smaller quakes here in Hawaii. And there's also island of Hawaii. So a number of them on this one page. So it'll get some activity, seemingly like a swarm in one time, but that was also seemingly the indicators right before, the event this summer. So there's a 4.2 in Croatia, 4.2 magnitude, and this says it was terrible. I slept and it awakened me. It was quite loud. Sounded like thunder. It wakes me up. It woke us all up. So some felt reports in Croatia, Kyrgyzstan. He shook it. Not nice. Wife woke up. I did not feel. Well swung, very light. Light shakes felt on felt floor. So some felt reports. Let's see. Alright, that's it for the felt reports today. Let's look at the largest on Gempa. We'll look at the largest quake of the day, and that's this one here in Indonesia. Alright, it's a 5.8, depth of 42 kilometers. That's what this one says. I think the other one said 35. It's USGS. So yeah, you can see the data for it being registered here. We'll go to one more event. We'll go to the one in Peru. Actually, we'll do two more. So, the one yesterday in Peru, I believe, was somewhere in this area, and it was registered to this place. So you can see that there is activity in the same area going on of decent size. 5.6 is large at times. Okay, and we'll do the largest one here. We'll do this one here in Japan, Ryukyu Islands. So this is near where all, this is basically, Nago is where it's being registered, and these are where all the four today have been, basically. So this shelf, I guess. And then you can see that this 4.8 happened near coast of Chiapas, Mexico. So various things happening on the coast of various places. And let's see what the deepest one is today. 519. So typically this deep activity happens in Fiji here. This is a 4.8. So alright, that's what you got for today from Gempa. You can see some are highlighted. Two of them are from, they're saying 5.8 here, Ryukyu Islands, Japan. That would also be what's being registered as Nago, Japan, and this would be the one in Indonesia. And as you can see, these are the most highlighted of the day. Event map. The ones in, I believe this is Indonesia, and then these are the ones here in Japan. And you can see a little bit of activity. 3.3 and a 3.8 in Iran. One in Kyrgyzstan. Alright. Iris, just quick look. Yeah, red one, Fiji area. Guess there's a lot of deep activity there. No new quakes in Israel since the 2.2 magnitude East Shomron region on the 10th. Let's see. Different volcanoes ejecting ash. We're going to have ash advisories. And you can see this website. The link's on in the description, so you can go look up what's ejecting and what's not. Okay, if you can't tell, can't really see anything here, just because cloud coverage or mist or steam or whatever. So that's that. But we'll actually bring this down, and here's the Hokkaido cam, I guess, as it's coming back to normal after the quakes. This is, I believe date, time, magnitude, 5.5, so this is probably the Nago activity. Same thing with this. And depth, maybe. And then you can see, I think these are saying different sensors that are being displaced, and as is this, you can see some activity down here. Nothing significant. Okay, so you have Florence. So we'll refresh this so it's live. Florence, I want to bring this up. So there was a magnitude 2.6 earthquake in South Carolina. And that is the most that's the largest earthquake in South Carolina. We can look this up and search the earthquake catalog. We'll do so I bring this up because it's the largest earthquake there in several years, and it happened as they're being hit by a hurricane, and it's the largest hurricane in a while, and it's a major hurricane. And just when you look through, this is the earthquake 2.6, and you can see the other ones that are larger within this time frame, and this is within 1260 days, so in that biblical time period, you'll see that that is the largest one in that time period. So my whole point is that South Carolina, that's the largest earthquake that South Carolina has seen. Okay, this one is the largest earthquake that South Carolina has seen in several years, and that they're currently being hit by this earthquake. By this hurricane, and an earthquake. They were hit by an earthquake. So an earthquake and a hurricane basically simultaneously, and that very much seems like suddenly, unexpectedly, you shall be visited by with thunder, earthquake, mighty din, hurricane, tempest, flame of devouring fire. These other things are happening in different places, but you're seeing even in Hawaii, there was a hurricane volcano situation going on. So I believe more of these events will continue to increase in ways to continue to reinforce the fact that this is definitely happening. What I've been saying is definitely happening. If you believe in the Bible, it definitely ends with yeah. Yeah, yo. So, you can see that this would seemingly be indicators that this is actively going on, and that you'll probably be listening to what I'm saying. And so not only that the Philippines and seemingly now China, Hong Kong directly maybe, but as we see it move towards that area, are going to be hit by Super Typhoon Mangkhut, or Ompong, and which is an even larger, like Category 4, Category 5 super typhoon, which is just a hurricane in that region of the world. And it's even larger than Florence and was just passed over the Philippines, I believe, and is headed towards the coast of China and Hong Kong and Macau and different the various places in that region of the world, as it it could track in different ways, right? So it looks like it's headed towards Hong Kong. That's what that would be my reasoning. But you can see that it is very large, and we can probably even we'll do one thing here. We'll pull up Venta Sky. We'll go to wind speeds. We'll go to this region of the world. As you can see, it's like the biggest thing. It's a massive disturbance in this region of the world. But this is saying 70. All right, well, we'll look at that some other time. But you can see on here that this is very clearly a massive disturbance headed towards Hong Kong. So, all right, let's look at earthquake 3D. You can see that some of the earthquakes here in South America are deeper than just some of these other ones, even larger one here in Indonesia and Japan. You can see swarming still going on here, but no change in depth swarming, which is sometimes been seeing the past couple days, or recently, like this, where you see different earthquakes at different various depths. But yeah, I mean, other than you can see it, this is a decent number of large earthquakes in the same spot in Japan. And we'll do one more feed so that you can see, well, we'll do two more. This will be a longer thing. So different parts of Europe seemingly are being hit. And not really what I want to look at though. So we'll go to the world feed. Yes. EMSC. Alright, so you can see here a number in Hawaii. We could even do this over 1 magnitude. So even USGS is giving some Hawaii activity. So my point with that is that these are just direct indicators. Like at any time, any point, I mean, obviously, if there's an earthquake in South Carolina, it's like just large enough to say, earthquake, hurricane. Look, making point clear. So that's my point. I'm going to continue to make my points. This is about to get really intense, I believe. I believe we're going to see some incredibly powerful activity here soon, like biblical. So that's been my point. That will continue to be my point. You're seeing it happen. Yeah. So, stay awake, stay aware, watch the videos. But more than that, I'd read your Bible, like, try to get in tune with that spirit. Don't just try, get in tune with the spirit. Jesus definitely left a lot of good information on what to do. And, yeah, that's it. That's all for today. So, have a blessed one. Yeah.